Welcome back to On Football, the best place on the internet for your detailed football gear reviews. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Adidas Freak Ultra cleats that just dropped this year. Adidas is one of the only football manufacturers that drops a lot of their football gear right at the beginning of the year. So first weekend in January, these cleats actually dropped, and this is one of their highest end models. When you think about Nike or Under Armour, they usually wait about the springtime, about now, to drop some of their newest innovations. Now with the Freak Ultra cleats, they continued upon the innovation from last year. Last year, Adidas did give us a boost cleat, and those were the Freak Ultra Von Millers. So now they've taken away some of that signature. Von Miller is still wearing these. I'll try to find a photo of him actually in the new Freak Ultras, but it is the updated version of these Freak Ultras. Now, there are some similarities between these. First, you'll notice that they're both a higher cut, kind of a mid-cut cleat. Now, these were very, very similar to the Freak cleats. I did a full review on that. Definitely check that out to see the similarities between the regular Freak Carbons and then the Ultra Boost version. And this also has that higher knit cuff. It's still made of Primeknit, it still has the boost. Same technology that's in this cleat. Now, at the bottom, they use the same plate as well. It's a little bit of a wider plate compared to the Adizeros. So for your speed players, you guys are really going to love those Adizeros, or those who love those Adizeros. They like that narrow fit. They like that locked-in feel. This is going to be a little bit wider than that. That means that a lot of your bigger players, your tight ends, your linebackers, even some of your running backs are going to like this cleat. Not only does it have a wider plate, but it does have a little bit more cushioning, the boost. When you think about something like the Adizeros, there's not a lot of cushioning. You get a lot of that feel underneath your foot that allows you to make some of those quick cuts. Now this is going to have a very thin layer of boost on the inside of it to give you some of that cushioning. So some of you heavier players that want some of that cushioning but are still fast and still want a light cleat that's very agile, you may very well like the boost. Now some of the differences and updates that they made to this Freak cleat versus something like the Von Millers. And if we take a closer look at the Von Millers, I try to show you some of the detail here. There you go. Now you can see actually how these shine. These actually change color in the light as well. There's a purple outline that happens around this cleat, and I show that in my detailed review. I want to transition and show you some of the detail in the new Freak cleats. Compensate for some of these bright lights. Now you see the detail here. So there's still a durable outer layer that goes on top of the Primeknit. For the most part in this newer cleat, the Primeknit is covered up, which is going to make it more durable. I love these cleats. One of the reasons why I don't wear them that much is this Primeknit is really susceptible to dirt. Now, I've washed these. I'm really good at keeping my cleats clean. I have videos again on how to get mud, dirt, blood, everything out of your cleats. This is why they look so clean. But they get dirty after every single wear. These are all white. The new Freaks are all white, so they also get dirty, but it's a lot different. You know, they don't have that knit material, kind of that cottony material to get as dirty. When you take a look at it, you've got all of this protective layer over the Primeknit. Now here's still Primeknit, so you still get a lot of that stretch. That's really going to give you that locked-in feel. On the inside, you do have a Primeknit material underneath. We're going to take a look at this as well. Underneath some of these straps. Now these straps, again, it's a little hard to see. Let me zoom in so you guys can see it. Now these straps right here are not Primeknit, but underneath it are Primeknit. This is going to give you some structural rigidity to the actual cleat so that you can have the right support that you need. And that's something that the other cleat does in a different way, but this is where a lot of your Primeknit is covered up, and they incorporate the Adidas symbol into some of those supports as well. Even though these cleats are basically the same, these are the Freak Ultra Von Millers from last year, retail for $180, have a true to fit size. These are the Freak Ultra Boost from this year, again retail for $180 and also fit true to size. Even though they have all these similarities, I do get a little more lock-in with the older, Ultra Boost Freak Cleats, which are still available for the same price, still $180 if you can find them, so you're not going to get a discount. They do come in, the older cleats do come in a few colors, white, black, and a black and orange, but you do have this knit cuff at the top. It is going to fit a little bit differently. It'll fit a little bit differently than these cleats. You can see these come up a little bit higher. The knit cuff sock liner is not as big as the other, the Von Miller Ultra Boost. So we're going to take a quick look at how these look on foot. One of the things I really love about this cleat is going to be the cushioning. Now, if you're familiar with Nike's line, this is going to be very similar to the Alpha Menace line. Now, Nike has not yet released the Alpha Menace Pros as of this video, or the Alpha Menace Elite. Now, the Elite is going to be very similar to this cleat. This cleat is $180. I think the Nike Alpha Menace Elites will be $200. They both use a knit material construction. They both have thicker padding in the heel. I'm not sure what Nike uses. I will find that out. This does use Boost. And then they'll have a different plate at the bottom. So if you are one of those bigger players, again, those tight ends, those linebackers, those bigger running backs, even defensive end, even some of your linemen or quarterbacks, you are going to like the way this cleat feels if you're not into that low cut speed of the Adidas or something like the Vapors. So that's exactly who I'd recommend this cleat for. It's going to give you that lock and feel. I'm waiting to get in the Nike Alpha Menaces, so I'll do a comparison and see the differences between those because they are for very similar players. Now, if you like this video, definitely check out my other football reviews. I have gloves, I have cleats, I have helmets, I have shoulder pads. Check out the playlist in my channel. Leave a comment below on what you'd like to see in this video, what you liked, what you hated, and I will keep finding more products to review for you guys. See you guys next time.